Nicole here from Cause We Love to Scrap. Today I'm going to be creating for 49 and Market, and I'm going to be using two of the new inks. I'm going to use Mint Chill and Green Jean. I'm also going to be using the Sizzix Stamps and Framelits set. This one is called, I can never find where it says what it's called. I know it's, Trees and Trinkets. And it's 667013 is the number. And I'm going to be using some of these Christmas tree stamps to and inks to make a background on this layout. So yeah, so that'll be what I'm doing. I'm documenting this photo of my child and my nieces and nephews on Christmas Eve opening up their Christmas presents. It's our tradition to get together with this part of my family on Christmas Eve, have a nice Christmas Eve dinner, and get their Christmas pajamas and just have fun and open presents. So that's the photo that I'm going to be using. I am using the Vicki Boutin collection called Mistletoe and Memories, and I'm planning to use some chipboard, and I'm planning to use some rub-ons. I'm planning to use some LaserCut Elements, and this one is the foliage. And then I have papers here that we'll see if I get to add in as well. I have a watercolor paper that I'm going to make the background on. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do to start making this layout is I'm going to use this Mint Chill to add all of these little squares on my layout. Now this is a piece of watercolor paper, so I can add water to it to make it blurry. Right now I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm going to use the stamp, and I'm only going to use one of the tree images, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it in this Green Jean ink. So you can see here that I am just adding the trees to every one of those little rectangles, and I add them in different areas so they're not like perfect. They're a little wonky, and that's great. That's the way I like it. So yeah, super easy to go ahead and add that. And not most of it, but some of it gets covered up with my photo, because I am going to add some mats to my photos as well. And there we go. Now my background is done. So I'm going to bring my photo in. Oh, first I have to clean my stamp like a good noodle. And yeah, so put it away. Put it back in its container the way it belongs. There we go. Put it aside. And let's start building the page. So here we go with the picture. Of course, I'm going to want to add 3 different clusters on here. So we will build those up as soon as I finish cutting these background matte papers. I'm using this green burlap paper for my first matte, and I cut it to 6.5, and then I'm just going to tear it right under the photo. And then the next page I'm going to use, I think about that gold, but then I'm like, no, you know what, let's let's have some kind of pattern. So I go through these papers to see if there's a good pattern. And I love this red and pink polka dotted paper. So that's what we're gonna use. This one I cut to 7 inches, and then again, I'm gonna tear it. And there we go. And I'm gonna tear a little bit more of the white part off, just so it's not, I don't know, overwhelming. So there we go. Now I'm gonna bring in, what is this? The chipboard. And I'm gonna use the chipboard for my title. I was just looking at what the words are in there, and I'm gonna go with Festive as my title. But then I also bring in a bunch of the little wordy phrases, and I'm going to add 3 word phrases or wordy bits to each of the 3 clusters. So here you can see where I'm starting to build my clusters. So I have the big cluster by the title, and then I have 2 more clusters around the photo. So I'm just going through all of the little pieces, seeing which ones that I want to use. Yeah, I think I came to the end now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put those away. Again, being a good scrapbooker and putting those away. Now we're gonna go with rub-ons. So that's why I haven't put down my photo yet, or yeah, my photo with its mats, because I want to add some rub-ons to the background. So the first one that I'm gonna add is this green. It almost looks like green sparkles or green paint splatters coming down from the photo. So you can see right there, that's how I'm gonna add it. I do cut this part off, and then I add it down below in a bit. I am gonna fast forward the rub-on part. I use a bone folder to do that, sometimes my fingernail, either one. I did notice that it was a little hard on this paper and with the mixed media, so that's okay though. I got it done, as you can see. So here I'm working on that other little piece, and I am going to add it over there, and again, I fast forward through that. Now I'm going to add a golden piece up here in the upper left corner, and you'll see here that I'm going to cut off part of this because I want this to be like a corner piece, and then that little other part will get wasted underneath the photo. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that to a corner, and then I'm going to add that as well. Again, fast forwarding through the rub-on process. Next, we're going to add one more rub-on. It's going to be like a circular starburst type rub-on, and it's going to be over here on the right side of the photo. So here, I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to cut it in half again because I'm only going to use half of this. So that's where I'm going to use it, and I rub it on. Now I went off screen, I distressed my photo and all my mats, and then I went ahead and put them all down. So now I'm going to add some more rub-ons. These are like some gold splatters, and then I'm going to add some gold stars over here to the right. I don't think I add any more after that. I just left the rub-on in here because it's just a little tiny piece. So, yep, I'm going to go ahead and use my fingernail now. And one thing that I did was I lifted while I was rubbing. That seemed to help as well. Now, that's done. Okay, get out of here. Now we're going to use the laser cuts, and we're really going to start to build up these clusters. I want to use, I do use a flower in each one of my clusters and some branches, some pine branches to really make this pop up off the page. Again, I am adding those wordy bits, and I'm gonna add a bow here to the corner over here, just like that. Now I'm gonna work on this title cluster. I'm going to grab this gigantic branch, and it's gonna come over here to the right. Then I just play around, see what I want to add. I have this piece of holly I've thought about adding over here, but actually it goes up at the top. Here is that flower that I'm going to add. So what else am I adding here? I'm adding another branch. I'm going to actually add it down here like this, and then I'm going to find something that kind of looks like it's hanging down, and I'm going to add it to that branch. This is the one right here, and I'm going to add it to the branch on the left. So I think that's going to be it for over there. Oh, I add a little star. And then here I want to, of course, add that little holly branch. I'm going to add it to the left. Of course, I want another flower, so I'm going to add that to the right. Then I'm going to add another little branch also near the flower to the right. And then here is where I decide to change the stars to some gold stars and add one to each one of the little clusters. And I'm going to add 2 to the title. I did go off screen and glue all that down, and now I'm using the taffy florets to add some more realistic flowers, or whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess they're more realistic, to each of the clusters. So I'm going to add 3 to the title, and then 1 to each of the other ones. Here is where I decide I'm going to bring in some water, kind of distress this this background a little. And then I'm also pulled the strawberry pie ink, and I'm going to go ahead and add some splatter, so you'll see that in a minute. But right now I'm just putting some pools of water down to add a distressed type look. So, yep. And you'll see that more in the close-up picture. So here's the red. I'm going to go ahead and add some water, and then I'm going to flick through all of the clusters. So you can see that there. And I'm going to finish it up here. I don't think I add anything else to this layout. I think that's it. So here come the close-ups. I will have all the products linked down below for you to find easily on the 49 Market website. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.